What is the four-stroke cycle of an internal combustion engine? Imagine a tiny explosion inside a metal chamber that powers your car. That's essentially what happens in an internal combustion engine using a four-stroke cycle. This cycle is how many engines turn fuel into motion. It involves four main steps, or strokes, that happen in a specific order: intake, compression, power, and exhaust. These steps work together to keep the engine running smoothly and efficiently. First, during the intake stroke, the piston moves down from the top of the cylinder to the bottom. As it moves down, the intake valve opens, and a mixture of air and fuel is drawn into the cylinder from outside. The piston's movement creates a low-pressure area inside, helping the mixture flow in. The intake valve stays open just past the bottom of the stroke to make sure the cylinder fills completely. Once filled, the valve closes, sealing the mixture inside. Next comes the compression stroke. The piston moves back up from the bottom to the top of the cylinder. During this movement, both the intake and exhaust valves stay closed. The piston compresses the air-fuel mixture, making it hotter and more pressurized. This compression prepares the mixture for ignition. Just before the piston reaches the top, a spark plug ignites the compressed mixture. The piston continues moving up to the top of the cylinder, ready for the next step. The third stroke is the power stroke, also called the combustion or expansion stroke. Here, the ignited mixture rapidly expands. The explosion pushes the piston down with great force, turning the crankshaft. This movement is what produces the engine's power. It transforms the chemical energy stored in the fuel into mechanical energy that moves your vehicle. Finally, the exhaust stroke begins. The piston moves up again from the bottom to the top of the cylinder. The exhaust valve opens, and the burnt gases from the explosion are pushed out of the cylinder. Once the gases are expelled, the exhaust valve closes, and the intake valve opens again. This resets the cycle, ready to start once more. The entire process takes 2 full turns of the crankshaft, which equals 720 degrees. During these 2 revolutions, the piston moves up and down 4 times. This cycle repeats over and over as long as the engine runs, providing a steady flow of power. From a thermodynamics point of view, this cycle is a practical way to turn fuel's chemical energy into useful work. The intake and exhaust strokes control the flow of gases, while the compression and power strokes involve pressure and volume changes inside the cylinder. This cycle is used in most cars, motorcycles, and small engines because it balances power, fuel efficiency, and emissions. Understanding this cycle helps us see how internal combustion engines work as heat engines within thermodynamic systems, turning fuel into motion that keeps us moving.